Hi guys, it's me Alexis over at Krazy4Sales, and I just wanted to come through and talk to you guys about Krazy4Sales Good, Bad, and Ugly for 2015, and to talk about what we have planned to do better in 2016. So first things first, things that were good that happened in 2015 were I was able to get a custom office built. That was positive. That allowed me to have more space and basically source more inventory and have a place to put it. Oh my gosh, it's storming out here right now. It's really, really bad. This weather is horrible. Anyways, the process that we went through to get the office built was fun at first, and then some parts were disastrous, some parts were good, bad, in other words, good, bad, and ugly, all at the same time. Okay, so the good thing was I didn't have to spend, I was able to keep the budget right around about $5,000 for the project. It wasn't my idea to originally to convert a shipping container into office/warehouse space, but the only way for me to be able to have this space is my husband, of course, had to agree to it, and I'm pretty sure he was tired of me having the living room and all parts of the house were overtaken by my inventory. So, hence the new office. Now, here's what I liked about it. I got to pick the paint color. Did I want a shipping container? No. My idea was to have a custom office built. It probably would have cost right around the same price. The space for me would have been better. It would have been pretty. It wouldn't be man den like. As you can see, it's very plain and bland in here. So I might wind up having to do something else for my office space in the near future, because I feel like this is not what I really wanted it to turn out to be. But the space does work for now. Okay, the second thing that we did in 2015 is we started sourcing products differently. So I had never purchased lot size inventory, so I looked into doing liquidations. So I started buying liquidations. Man, it's fun. I love getting boxes and boxes and boxes of inventory in at one time. But then the problem is, the bad part about that is that you have so much inventory at one time, and if you're like me, it's kind of like being a kid in a candy store. Every time I got a box, I was like, yeah, new stuff, awesome. And I wasted a lot of time just picking up stuff, looking at it, not really sorting through it. The ugly part about buying stuff, liquidations, is that you really have to have a plan. You have to have a plan when you buy liquidations. You have to know how you're going to manage your actual inventory that you're getting in. You know, what biggest mistake that I did when I purchased all this inventory was I opened all the boxes. I never even looked at the invoices when they came in, and I sort of just mixed everything up with all the different orders that I had placed and boxes and packages that I received. So nothing was in order, and it cost me a lot of time, because what I did is when the boxes came in, I opened them, I looked at everything, I was like, hey, cool, look at this. Some things I opened and played with myself, because we sourced a lot of toys this year, because toys is a pretty popular category, of course. And okay, so anyways, I opened the boxes. I had them in the house, and then they went from the house to a storage unit, from a storage unit to my new office, and then I opened everything, and I had no idea whether I was gonna label it or how to put things in an order so that I can say, oh, this is going to Amazon or this is going to eBay. Anyways, I wasted a lot of time with the inventory. So that was another thing that was kind of like good, bad, and ugly. We had a lot of inventory, but we didn't know how to manage it. I didn't know how to manage all the inventory that we had sourced. Okay, and it also made it hard for me to get the listings done with that much inventory coming in at one time, because you have to photo things, you have to check to make sure if it's new, or if the box is damaged, then you can't, certain things you can put on Amazon, certain things you can put on eBay, other marketplaces or wherever else, we decide to list our items for sale. So it turned into a big problem, and it still is a problem, because all that inventory, we never even got the products all listed. So all that potential profit that we could have made in 2015 kind of went out the window, because by the time fourth quarter came around, it was like, oh, okay, now what? I got to get all this stuff listed. Okay, so I started listing, and I didn't realize how easy stuff sells in fourth quarter, because I had stuff that was listed for a long time, and things that I didn't think were going to sell were selling. And so what happened was I couldn't do photos, do listings, and ship packages. Why? Because I was completely unorganized. So that posed a big problem. We could have made, I'm pretty sure, a lot more sales this past fourth quarter for 2015 here. We're now in 2016, so we know what we need to do better for 2016. Okay, let's see. Other projects that I worked on is because I list in so many different places. I have been working on a really big project that will allow listing, kind of multi-channel listing with inventory management and accounting and all of those sorts of things. But the big difference between what I've been working on is that, I'll just tell you, basically you do one listing and it sends it everywhere that you want it to go, without you having to do a whole lot of extra work. Because what I've noticed about some apps, because I've used a lot of different ones, you still have to enter a lot of information. You have to type in, select the category, and enter the shipping cost, and match requirements. Like for eBay, like if you're listing shoes, they want to know the style of the shoe, the size of the shoe, and a lot of these apps that they've have out is multi-channel, but you still have to individually create the listing for each of those sites. So this project that I've been working on and have been in pre-launch, it's separate from Krazy4Sales, will allow you to do that one listing, multiple sites, more than one account per site, one listing, again, one single listing with all your details, your title, category, and everything else is automatic. So that's the project that we've been working on, and we'll keep you posted when we actually do the official launch. And if actually anyone is interested in seeing it, you know, maybe providing some feedback, then just you know, post a comment about this little brief section, and we'll see, maybe we can let you test it. Okay, what else? Okay, new office, inventory, thrifting, liquidations. Okay, so those are some of the good, the bad, and the ugly that we had. Okay, so our plan to do better in 2016. Number one, and I know I talked about this last year, is time management and prioritizing what actually really needs to get done to accomplish a goal. Not overwhelming ourselves with so much inventory at a time without processing it first. So basically inventory processing. Okay, so our goal is that now when we get inventory, when we order our inventory, if we do online sourcing or liquidations, when we do that, our goal will be to bring those items in and process them immediately and label them immediately and get them listed immediately, instead of sitting on it all the live long day and then going, oh yeah. Because when you get products in, maybe, you know, the first time when we looked at it, we were like, yeah, this is going to be a great buy. And then we waited 6 months, 7 months, 7 months, 8 months go by. And then we go back and you look at that same inventory, it might not have that value, that same value that it had when you first looked at it, because prices fluctuate, especially in this type of business. So that's definitely one of our goals. Inventory management and control is very important. So, you know, we have our shelving and things back here. I started labeling things better. We're scanning things in. Probably get a different scanner because this thing, it sucks. It was cheap, and we probably shouldn't have went this route. So we're going to be getting things that save us time. Okay, so one of my big goals also for this year 2016 is to, of course, Amazon FBA. Why we never did it before, I think maybe was afraid, not sure how much it was going to cost, whether it would actually benefit my company or not, my business, because I have not really had consistent sales, because I'm not like consistent. Hadn't been, how should I say, I haven't been consistent. I said that like 3 times, sorry. In what I do as far as my business. And actually for me personally, part of that reason is because, I hate to say it, I'm married and I really don't have to work. So for me, this is it was a hobby, you know, but it's something that I really enjoy doing. And the reason why I started doing it more is because I had developed a form of, this is really personal, I had developed a form of anxiety because I had lost both my mom and my grandma back to back. And so I started watching YouTube videos, and I saw that there were other ways to source products. Of course, everybody watches YouTube videos, and then you get ideas, you know, from other sellers and things like that. And I was like, man, I like shopping, so maybe that would be something to take my mind off of things, as far as, you know, maybe it'll keep me calm. And it actually works. So that's probably another reason why I have so much inventory. I kind of became like a little mini hoarder. It was like, I have to have all this stuff, you know, and I was like, well, not for me, you know, and then, so that's just how it happened. I just started accumulating a lot of things also, and so that's the goal. The goal is to start to use Amazon FBA, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to do a small little video series on it. It might be mixed videos, you know, like if you don't know basically how to sign up for an account, you know, I don't really think that kind of video is necessary when it comes to making a video for Amazon FBA. You know, like important questions that probably need to be answered, like shipping. How do you actually really ship an FBA shipment? How do you prepare it? You know, what kinds of things to expect. And for us, since this is new, it will probably be easy to make the videos, because I can also tell you about things that we ran into, or problems that I ran into. Okay, and probably another thing that we're going to do is, or personally going to do, is that I have several web stores that are kind of dying on the vine, so to speak, because again, that thing about not prioritizing my time causes me not to be able to accomplish my goal, you know, or finish a task that I have. So I'm going to finish my websites. I have, let's see, electronic, baby, fashion, so to speak, fragrance, and a blog. And then that one other special website that I told you that we're working on to provide that's going to have that app and inventory management and listings and all kinds of stuff you're going to be able to do with this website, and also the mobile version of that, to be able to do this on the go, or to be able to do it whenever or wherever. So those projects I want to make sure that I get completed. Some other things is that when I first started out as selling things online and having my own web store, I wasn't selling on Amazon because I was using drop shippers. And I had developed some really good relationships with some really good wholesale distributors and suppliers. So we're going to be sourcing more inventory via certain distributors, rebuilding our relationships, putting in applications to get to get approved to sell certain name brand products, you know, like Microsoft, Lenovo, you know, different companies require you to have meet certain requirements in order to sell their products online. Even if you're using a drop shipper or a distributor, wholesale distributor, you have to have permission from those particular companies in order to sell their items. Because some of them have restrictions, you know, like, oh, they strictly want their items sold via catalog only. You know, like, let's see, Sony, is it Sony or Samsung? I don't remember which company it is, but one of those companies, you're only allowed to sell in a catalog mode. They don't want you selling their stuff on marketplaces like eBay and Amazon, you know, unless you have specific permission. I have encountered a couple times on one of my some of my Amazon listings where Amazon, they will contact you and they will ask you, hey, this company says that they don't have you in their list of companies as having permission to resell their product. So we need, basically they need proof. Or they'll contact you and they say, oh, okay, well, we see you have permission to sell their items, but you're listing them not at MAP price or market value price, you know, so you're not listing it at their required price point, or however you want to say it. Okay, so better sourcing. That is our another goal of ours, is better sourcing. I know this video is kind of rambly. I didn't really plan out how or exactly I was gonna say stuff, and it's probably jumpy because I'm recording this from my laptop screen, and if I can see the lag while I'm trying to do the video, then obviously there's lag. Okay, so last but not least, branching out. We're going to be branching out to do inventory sourcing because the area that we live in is rural, and I have to drive 20 to 30 minutes already just to get to the first thrift store. So I've been going to the same places for a year straight now, and I am going to try to branch out. Okay, I think that's enough said. Enough some of our goals. Krazy4Sales, good, bad, and ugly in 2015, and some of the things that we plan to do better for 2016. Thanks for watching this video, and